Okay, hello everyone. It's been quite a minute. I haven't recorded at all this week. I was doing the most as always, but can you expect any less? I feel like I am always running around. I just got home after today's event. It was the coffee event at Miralon. It was their Modernism event today, and it went really well actually. I feel like I downed my coffee recipes because I'm only used to cocktail recipes with citrus and all these other components, not a bold flavoring, if that makes sense. But yeah, it was very helpful that my friend helped me. He has experience from a previous job. So that was very, very helpful. I couldn't have done that without him, even though it wasn't as busy as I was expecting, as anyone was expecting. There was supposed to be 400 people, but it's for the experience. They have events going on all year, all season. So we have more time to work with recipes and all the other stuff like the machine and the people and their system and just everything all together. So I'll give it a good experience for today, and I want to see more coffee events in the future. If it's at Miralon or if it's at your event, at a house event, I'm down for it. I have all these ideas that I've been looking into, like portable espresso machines. If you know, you know. Because that's not really a thing. It's always the expensive 6K, 10K machines that everyone always wants. But for the scale that I'm doing with these smaller, intimate experiences, it's better to invest in stuff like that and not, go for the big brand expensive stuff for just a small event. I'm looking into things now, and hopefully you guys can see that in the near future. I'm still researching more about the portable espresso machines and all that stuff, so TBD on that. Yeah, other than that, this week was quite a bit. I didn't record because I don't have the tripod like I did before from the Costco kit. So I've been very on the fence with pulling out my camera because I don't want to risk anything. So I didn't really get any footage from Miralon. I did before we started. So if you're at this point in the video, you saw some clips from the event at our station. They had all those desserts from Sherman's. And I would probably say more than half of them were still full. I don't think there was 400 people, but I don't know. That's just events for you. When it's like an open event or ticketed event, you never know who's really going to show up, especially if they're from out of town. Because A, they don't have transportation. B, they could be held up at their other event that they're here for. Because modernism, from what I was told, is about houses and architecture and all that stuff. So they're around Palm Springs looking at things. They're not just at Miralon. So yeah, it wasn't as busy as I thought it would be, but that's good for now because I'll take what I can get if it's slower. But if it's busy in the beginning, then yeah, experience me up. But if it's slower, I get to take things easier. I get to plan more. And then I get to, talk to whoever I serve a coffee to. So yeah, there's pros and cons, but I'm taking this as a pro because it's not in my normal niche of cocktails. It's like another form of liquid. So I'm here for it. I'm here to learn all the knowledge. And yeah, that's what I have for today. It's not much, but I just needed to get something out because I've been really slacking. And the more I slack, I won't do as many videos as I've been the past month. So I'm trying to be on it. Monday and Tuesday, I was at the restaurant. Wednesday, was interesting. I was off, but I had all these things to do, all these errands to run, cleaning. That's the major part. Thursday, I worked at the restaurant. Friday, I did like a little prep. I could have recorded that, but no, I'd rather be in the present than be recording when I have people over. So there was no footage of that. And then Saturday, you've seen that already. And then tomorrow, Sunday's always the good day. I work tomorrow, but it's going to be like a mild reset. I have all this stuff I need to put away. I have all this syrup I have to think about using, where to use it, because I can't drink 2 or 3 liters of vanilla bean syrup. That's impossible. So I'm glad it lasts quite a bit. I'd probably say less than a month. But I'll figure something out. Can always use it at an event I have coming up next week. My client will probably be very happy I have extra offerings than her menu. So yeah, next week is going to be kind of mellow too. I did my taxes, so it's like I can breathe on that aspect of my life because I was really taking a hinder. I was not looking forward to it since I did the extension back in when was taxes? April, May, June, July, August, September, October. 6 months I've put this off, and it's been hindering on my entire being. So finally I got that done this past Monday, and I don't owe as much as I thought. So another win. I'll take it. Because if you're a business owner, you know taxes are like, oh my God. And then you got to pay the annual or quarterly taxes, which I didn't. So I had to pay it all up front. Plus the taxes and fees I have to pay. But that's the business owner life. Got to worry about all that. And then tax season's already going to be tomorrow, aka April. It's already around the corner. But yeah, that's it for today. My camera's gonna die and I have to pee. Okay, bye. Wow, so I didn't even record a outro for this vlog. So I'm doing it now. Today is Tuesday. I'm releasing it in the next few hours, hopefully before I go to work. If it's out before 4 o'clock, I did a good job. I have one more hour. So yeah, I just had a few clips this week. Yeah, this week was kind of a slower week, but I feel like those slower weeks are mentally challenging for me because the last few months I was just go, go, go. Like it was season just because I had events still, which is great. But then I just like get burnt out so fast. I don't know. And then I guess I just have too many things going on at all times where it just catches up with me on the day that I do rest. So I just needed to get better at spacing out my rest because I've been tired. I'm really tired. I'm going all the time. And then this past Sunday, I slept in, lounged around, did a couple errands and washed the dishes. And then I had to work. And then yesterday was Monday. Today's Tuesday. This is my Friday at the restaurant. So I'm happy. But, well, okay, let me look at my little calendar. What happened this past week? So yeah, the 13th, tax day. That was, of course, stressful if you have a business or you have a side hustle or you're doing something where you're earning extra income and you have to have everything set for your CPA. Tuesday, I worked at the restaurant and did anything happen there? Not that I could recall at the moment. Let me see. Did I write anything down on my notes? So for the future, when we resume after the Pour podcast, I have quite a few stories lined up because I never had them lined up. I was always just going with the motions. So now we're set for success. I have long stories. 2 of them were at the restaurant. 3 of them were at an event. So I have 5 stories. One of them I talked about on a previous vlog about the tipping culture, but that can easily be more of a topic when I have JC with me because I'm sure she has her opinions too. So that one was a big one. But yeah, I have just a few stories. Wednesday was kind of my prep day for the Miralon coffee Modernism event. So I did light prep then. Nothing too crazy. I was off. And then Thursday, she had asked me to work, the owner of the restaurant. So I worked Thursday. That was a pretty mellow day. Friday was like a little coffee tasting with my friend. So this week, as you can tell, went by like a snap of a finger, blink of an eye. And then yeah, the Modernism event, it went really well. I posted my little reel earlier on Instagram if you haven't seen it and you've heard what I talked about already. I'm just closing the vlog out, so I'm gonna repeat myself one more time. But yeah, that event was very needed. I feel like I'm taking everything in for coffee service. It's like I said many times, it's way different from cocktails. You need to, get a good extraction of a shot. You need to steam milk correctly. You need to have the right amount of syrup. So there's a lot of factors more than cocktails, where cocktails you have your base, the alcohol, the citrus, the sugar component, liqueur to balance the actual spirit, just like things flavoring wise, you can play a lot with cocktails, spirits, but coffee, you're just using coffee. It can depend on the bean, but other than that, it's the same bold flavor, unless you're doing like a light roast. And then I'm working on tea drinks now for a menu for non-alcoholic, so people could choose teas or iced coffees. So I'm adding to my service repertoire. I feel like it's going to be a good menu. I have to update my website, so stay tuned for that. That one's going to have my signature cocktails. It's going to have classic cocktails, more than I have on my website already. And then I'm going to have tea, coffee, And then I'm gonna have like a little lemonade menu. So we can do like a regular, I'm gonna have 3 on there. If you know my Lavender Oasis, if you know my Garden Party, and then I have one more new one. I won't say it, you have to look it up. So that one is a true test if you watch these vlogs. But yeah, it was a newer recipe that I came up with for a lemonade besides the lavender and the rosemary and thyme syrup. That one is like summery, but it can also be whenever. It's just super flavorful and very tasty. That's what I'll say. I don't want to give it away. I was about to say the component, but I won't. So there was that going on the website soon. That should be finalized within the next week. That's pretty easy. Sunday was quite easy. It's like a reset, washing all of the coffee tools that I had, organizing my fridge full of the syrups. Yeah, if you guys are interested and you're watching this even a week after the date, I still have lots of syrup. I have a brown sugar syrup, and then I have a vanilla bean syrup, and I have a maple syrup. So if you're interested and you're in Palm Springs, I can bring it to you because I have so much of it. I can't use it all. And the next event that I have at Miralon is not until November, so I can still get away with it. But if you want, I have syrup for you for your coffee or anything in general. For dessert, I don't know. I just need my fridge cleared because I always go grocery shopping probably 2 to 3 days at a time because I work a lot. I'm not home. Cooking is not on my radar. So my fridge was hardly full of groceries, but now I'm overwhelmed with all the syrup in my fridge. I'm going to be like, now, where are the groceries? I need groceries, but that's always how it works, right? Yeah, that's my life always. I'm sure everyone can relate to that. I want to bring up that I'm very grateful for my friends who've helped me over the years for my business. From the beginning of Twisted Spoons bartending, yeah, I had Darlene helped me on the regular in the beginning for sure. Who else? I had Crystal help me. I had Jesse. Oh my God, that brings back so many memories, and that wasn't even that long ago. But yeah, if I hadn't had my friend there, I would have been bored, the first one, but just the prep. I feel like prep for every event, whether it be bartending or coffee service, or if you're serving food, especially if you're serving food, you need all the prep you can get. And we had 2 hours of prep, and the drinks were pretty simpler, I'd say. It's just like you have to make the syrup, make the espresso, put the milk, garnish. So it was like easier on that aspect, but the prep was a lot. It literally took both of us an hour and 40 minutes to set up. And normally with the bar service, I only need around an hour or less because I normally have all the syrup set. I just need to set up a bar. I don't need to like turn on an espresso machine and wait for it to boil. These are the boilers, so those are always ready to shake. So yeah, there's just real different aspects to both. But I know over time, like for the bartending, it's only going to get easier and I'm going to have my flow. But having my friend help me, which is what I wanted to bring up, is I always have people help me who I work well with. We had set our own thing aside for our task. He was going to do taking the orders, pulling the shots, putting the syrup, and then I'd finish steaming the milk or garnishing or what have you, vice versa. And then it was just like a good flow. And then there was one specific time when I completely forgot what I was doing because someone was talking to me. So I was pulling a shot from an order he had took, and I overheard one of the ladies asked about my spice blend for the topper for the coffees. So it was cinnamon, it was cardamom, and it was pink Himalayan salt. I mixed it all together and fused it. And then I put it in a duster shaker. And then she asked about that. And she's like, oh, did you do this yourself or did you buy it from somewhere? And I said, oh, no, I did it myself. And she's like, sipped her coffee again. And she was like, this is so good. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. Because for me, I like what I like. So it's funny to hear other people like what I like too. So it's always crazy no matter how long you've been in this industry. It makes you feel good inside and it makes you feel like you're doing something good. So it was that. And then she was looking around the countertop, which had the pastries. It had my masterclass postcards. And then I stopped pulling another guest shot for their coffee, and I literally just left it there. And I was like talking about the classes and so excited. And she was like, oh my God, you're amazing. These drinks are so good. It's all about the recipes. And I'm happy that you're here interacting with us. Like, that's what I love. I love the interaction because everyone is different. Everyone has their different opinions and everything. And I need to know everyone's opinion to be better, right? She was telling me all this stuff and I'm like, oh my goodness. And then I just remember, oh my God, I have to make a drink. It was like a minute later, a minute and a half later. And then my friend had already made it and finished steaming the milk and garnishing. And I'm like, I looked at him and I said, I'm so sorry. And he's like, oh no, I got you. Yeah, I knew you were busy talking, so I finished it for you. And I'm like, this is the kind of friends that I love because they're aware of the situation, and he knew I was busy talking about my business and what we're doing, about classes and stuff like that. So he's a real one for that. So I appreciate you, Tyler. But yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up. I think that was, normally I'm in my zone. I'm making drinks in front of them. I'm face to face, eye contact, doing other things, right? But when you have an espresso machine and it's in the back bar, you got to have your back turned. And I don't want to do that. So I'm just glad it worked out. And yeah, what a week. And it's already this week's. I have an event on Saturday and I'll take footage of that. I'm super excited about that event. It has a great menu. This event is for a bachelorette party. I met her a couple months ago at another bachelorette party, her friends, and she's back in town for her. So I love, if you've heard before, I love repeat clients or people that I've known from events. So her menu, I can't believe it's already the end of October. That's wild. October 25th. So she's having the Gincident. That one's a classic crafted sips cocktail. I came out with that one in 2022, late 2022. That one is Condessa, prickly pear, orange blossom gin. I do fresh lemon juice, and then I make a blueberry, basil, rosemary reduction. So it's 3 ingredients, but it's super tasty. It's like, I guess all of my cocktails are like that, or it's like, give me 5 of those and I can easily chug it in the best way, but don't do that. And then the second cocktail, Kissed by Fire. If you know that one's like my Thai inspired cocktail. It has mango, it has tamarind liqueur, tequila, lime, and then I make a Serrano honey, basil, and then sea salt. And then Tommy's margarita, espresso martini. So those are the 4 that I'll be making on Saturday. I'll take some pictures of those, but other than that, that's all I got. I just wanted to do a little outro. This vlog was kind of slacking in content because lots of things have happened. Scared for the camera to break again. Time, jobs. There's all these things that happen, but you guys already know what's up over here. So if you haven't, like, subscribe, comment what I should talk about next. So I just have to watch out for those and record more. So all right, guys, I will talk to you next week, maybe this week for a little fun. We'll see, because I need something new in my life. And I think you do too. But I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great week.